Hello folks, Wes Truther here of channels Brighton, BRIGHTON.com and Minds.com. I'm pretty sure YouTube is definitely trying to get rid of me. They just went back 2 or 3 years and deleted a Nibiru video, which I was a fool to ever put it up because Nibiru and Planet X is all fabricated hoax. We live on a flat earth, an enclosed electromagnetic force field system. Above us comes down by the surface, the edges of the surface of the flat earth, and goes around underneath and encloses the whole entire ball. The whole entire thing is enclosed. And our earth, our flat earth, could be 30 to 50,000 miles across, or it could be small enough. You remember that old saying, there's a million germs on the head of a pin? Well, I don't know how true that was, but if a million germs can be on the head of the pin, then the earth itself could actually be table size, and you and me, instead of 6 feet tall, you might be able to get a million of us on the head of a pin. So just put that in your pipe and smoke it. The earth ain't got to be huge. We can just think it's huge. But in the 1850s, the South Pole that surrounds the 5 or 6 inner continents, beyond that South Pole is more continents and more islands and more water, all the way over to where the force field, the electromagnetic frequency, comes down and goes by the surface of the earth on the edges. And if y'all don't believe it, it's okay. You're entitled to your own opinion and your own belief. In the 1850s, but that guy Steve Danoon, I made a comment on his channel, and I'm going to tell you right now, YouTube blocked all of my comments for 3 days or longer. I got tired of trying to do something about it, and I stayed off the computer pretty much for a couple of days. But anyway, my comments seem to be back now. But that shows you the Nazi control of YouTube and the Nazi or Jew Steve Buffoon on Israeli News, or Steve Danoon. I'm just letting y'all know. Oh, Steve, here's your sign, buddy. And love you very much, and here's your sign. Sit on it. But in the 1850s, Steve Danoon is a liar and a deceiver. I don't know how. The only way he's got all them followers is because he's got government support. How do you think they blocked my comments for all that for days as soon as I put a comment on his channel? Within minutes, I was blocked from commenting anywhere. Does that tell any of y'all anything? In the 1850s, the Illuminati held a secret meeting in New York. There was a British speaker named Wright there. And I think this is the 4th part of my NASA's Project Bluebeam, to tell that they were going to unite the groups, the nihilists, the atheists, and with all subversive groups into an international. And I want to tell you something else. Also, the word communist, born in the 1700s, I think, 17 or 1800s, the word communist is nothing but an Illuminati supreme weapon and scare word to drive terrorized people into one world order scheme. Just like the Illuminati, when George Washington wrote a letter, which is in a museum, hand wrote a letter, that's the only way they could do it back then, and he welcomed the Illuminati into the American government. This letter is in a museum. I had a copy of it. I don't know if I still do, a photostatic copy of it. But the guy, Karl Marx, and CFR in America is Council on Foreign Relations, and it is the Illuminati. The Illuminati members changed their names to more American names to try to cover up their roots. But Karl Marx was financed by the Bank of the Rothschild, and he wrote Das Kapital and the Communist Manifesto, and the money to support him was raised for the scheme of communism, which is going to unite all of the religious people. Communism is not a government ideology, but instead it's just a scare word used as a weapon to scare people together to serve the Illuminati. Just before 1830, when Adam Weishaupt worked for the Rothschilds, he started the Illuminati. In 1760s, the name existed called Illuminati. who created the scare word communism that has to this day been used to start many wars, and it started both World War I and World War II, and it's just a damn scare word, folks. Nothing to fear from a word. Two groups of the Illuminati's groups, they're competitive. Illuminati has groups within the Illuminati, and they compete with each other using the Goyim and killing the Goyim as for sport, for some of their competition. Well, they have infiltrated all the governments and all of the countries with their executive schooled plants. Now, these people are highly intelligent and talented people, and they're using their skills to influence whatever is needed to fuel wars. And these wars is just the Illuminati's competitions among themselves, a kind of sport using Goyim, slaves, pawns, and prey, P-R-E-Y. A German philosopher named Friedrich Wilhelm Nietzsche, he wrote and founded Nietzscheism, fascism, and Nazism. And this was a long time ago, folks. He used it to these isms are used to instigate world wars. 1 and 2 were both instigated by these. And now if you think about this, you might take a deeper look at today, what's going on. Jewish internationalist bankers and corporate heads are not bothered by any number of Jews getting killed or starving to death or having genocide kill them. They don't care. And Nazi goes back to the word Nazi goes back to the mid-1800s. Albert Pike, a Southern general, he was initiated into the Illuminati for his writings, just like George Washington was brought into the Illuminati, or brought the Illuminati into the American government. Now, NASA's Project Bluebeam, the infamous NASA Bluebeam project has 4 different steps to implement the New Age religion with their Antichrist in the captain's chair. This New Age religion is the very foundation for what the New World Order has to have to completely take over all governments, and they can't do it unless they've got the people all believing in one religion. So total dominance by the New World Order is impossible anytime soon without creating a one world religion. The success of the New World Order must have everything in modern populations thinking and acting as one religion. They will need the laser air shows that I mentioned in previous videos to be a success to introduce the one head Illuminati as the Lucifer. Oh, I'm so scared, aren't you? It's all bullshit. But hundreds of millions will believe the holograms in Dolby Stereo. I guess the light show will get a few more people to look up. Maybe for the first time, they'll tilt their heads back and keep their eyes open, just like that movie Rain of Fire with Christian Bale. Said, keep one eye on the sky. But the first step is to fabricate archaeological knowledge. So they're going to use their HAARP machine and their direct energy weapons, and they're going to create fake earthquakes, and then their people are going to, their scientists are going to run out and discover a whole new religion that makes all the other religions obsolete, null, and void. The second step is the upcoming holographic air show. That's where all of the gods who are talking to their tongued people are going to tell them this is the way religion is supposed to be, and then all of them gods are going to come together and make one Illuminati Antichrist. The third step is telepathic electronic two-way communication. They have communication equipment that can cure diseases, that can make the lame walk, the deaf to hear, and the blind to see. The fourth step is universal supernatural manifestation. They want everybody to be able to see God. Why? When a power force of badly corrupt corporate bankers with private militaries and sophisticated weaponry and technology terrify the public, They make them fear for their safety. Then those people will give up and they will give in and allow draconian law enforcement practice, such as going on in America right now. They will allow disarmament and extensive surveillance with records and psychological surveillance to select those to be culled out of society's populations. And this, you will be told, is to protect you, and it's for your security. So their artificial intelligence computers, they'll look down in a crowd, they'll pick out 2 or 3, or pick out some people who matches a profile of a terrorist description, and Zappo. You ain't got to worry about them anymore, and they're probably the ones trying to tell you the truth, not like Israeli News, who is a BS, lying, deceiving channel, folks. I'm telling you, they have good information on it, but they got a lot of lies and a lot of deception, and they cover up a lot of truths on it too. The New World Order creates a civil problem. As secretly as they can, then they come up with the fix, and the fix always needs you to comply with the loss of human and constitutional rights. The New World Order promotes democratic political systems that they have programmed in their agendas to decay and to implode and fail. This causes political and societal ideologies to change. When there is confusion, the New World Order and their judges have all your answers. They're judges like a Supreme Court that was created to change the Constitution and take away your rights and allow the government to openly kill people without anything and allow YouTube to censor all truth. Fear has always been a favorite weapon and tool of the elite, especially the Illuminati. Just as the New World Order destroys the willpower and the good intentions of good people, and it murders or it incarcerates the strong-willed and blocks knowledge to the open and fair-minded. Fear subjugates the people to separation and suspicion to further mind control the masses, and this channels out normal human thought process, logical and rational confusion by TV and frequencies. That's what you got. That's what you're dealing with. Mass mind control rebukes any deep critical thinking, and they can do that. So your answers and any solutions that will help the Goyim is there for the asking, and then just read the lips of those like the cockboy inbred George Bush says, read my lips, and the Templar Trump likes the camera and the microphones, and y'all think he's your savior. He's blood kin. He's part of the aristocracy of the pharaohs of Egypt and Rome. He's an actor. In the 1970s, a psychologist named James V. McConnell made a statement that was published in about NASA's Blue Beam project that was published in Psychology Today in the 70s. And this is what he said, part of his statement. The day has come that we can combine sensory deprivation with drug hypnosis and astute manipulation of reward and punishment, be a good boy, and gain almost absolute control over the individual's behavior. It should then be possible to add a very rapid and highly effective type of positive brainwashing that would allow us to make dramatic changes in a person's behavior and personality. They can get you to do anything. The frequencies can change you physically and mentally and use chemical and elements through water, air, and bodily intakes to communicate with your whole entire existence, to alter or to control you, and they can speak solely to you or verbally with or at you. The New World Order is not going to allow individual personalities among their Goyim. Then, as a whole, everyone of society must think and act as the same, in the same way. The United Nations basic teaching is that no one owns his or her personality. Have you ever heard of warrantless domestic surveillance? Well, I know a couple people that have, that one person who used to be in law enforcement, but YouTube is censoring anything that scares people and anything that angers people. They're deleting videos and channels left and right for these things. During the Bush and Obama administrations, they tried to bring into laws, new laws that could prosecute you for saying things, even though they were the truth, for saying things that scare people. This is the West Truther channel, folks, on Brighton.com and Minds.com.